There was a white one, with just pure white duck, which was used to like come into your bivvy and feed it and everything. But it's obviously done the off, and it used to go around all the lakes, all the like Lake 4 and everything.
Really?
Yeah.
But you can't do that now, it's too expensive.
Well, they've got wings.
See, they just think you come fishing.
Yeah. Well, that's it.
But you
I
don't.
realise I spend like all day, every day, just filming.
Setting up cameras to film yourself.
That's it. But I love it though. I really like just the process of it. Watching it all come to life, like my ideas.
What do you want to say? Like, my name is Alex Shorrock.
Oh, however you want to say it.
So, Alex Shorrock from Lancaster, right up in the north. Yeah, living between Lancaster and Morecambe. Got the view of the sea, so obviously love being by water. Yeah, and that is where I live. No, I'm sure most people just think I'm like full-time within the industry, won't they? So I'm a teacher, so secondary school teacher, so I teach 11 to 18 at a grammar school, so it's all boys, 11 to 16, and then mixed sixth form. In terms of what I teach, so I teach philosophy and ethics. As in school and sixth form and uni, obviously just obsessed with that subject, find it absolutely fascinating, those big unanswerable questions. I really love like the debating side, you know, just discussing those really deep topics. So yeah, that's my job, teach A-level and GCSE philosophy and ethics. So yeah, my fishing is, it's not sporadic. I'm really lucky in the terms of my partner, so my girlfriend is really understanding. I've fished ever since I've met her, and I've always gone away at every single school holiday. So generally school holidays are either every 6 or every 7 weeks, and during that time I will fish 5 days during that time. Obviously places like the Woolpack, it's difficult to get a grips on the lake because you're only turning up every 7 weeks. So like my last session was the first week in April. You've then got 7 weeks, and the lake's completely different. You know, the fish are in different zones. You know, the weed has come up. You know, it's just complete. So you're constantly trying to, you know, work out. You're starting from scratch. Yeah, so I think first off it was that initial buzz of, you know, just having a run, how powerful they were at the time, you know, that sort of thing. I would say now it's changed a lot. I would say now it's more about spending time outdoors, that trying to work something out. I think what fishing does for me, it keeps my mind constantly on something. So whether it's tying rigs at home or just the whole process of setting the rods up, casting out, all of that, all I'm thinking about is fishing. So essentially for me, it's almost like a form of meditation. I'm not thinking about work, I'm not thinking about like the stresses of life at all, just a place where I chill out, relax, get away from everything. Pretentious, hipster, middle-aged. It's Flower Mountain, just a mate, Japanese walk-in brand, I think. Yeah.
Were they expensive?
Yeah, like ridiculous, stupid.
So how much of those trainers you're wearing fishing?
220.
And you're wearing them down the lake fishing?
Well, to be fair, I wore them just for this shoot. So I was like, I'm going to wear my best trainers and hopefully
he can film them. That's how pretentious and a snob I am, really. Where I've even brought some old boots just to wear if it's too muddy. But I'm wearing these for this shoot and Belgium, and that's it. That's the only time I'm wearing them for fishing.
Oh, I thought you were going to say that's the only time you're going to wear them.
No. That's my allowance for new trainers. Yeah, I ended up buying a bait boat from a guy in Manchester, and that guy ended up being my best mate. Paul, he's featured in loads of my videos in the past. Never met him before, but it was probably, I think it was like a microcat or something like that for a couple of £100. And he showed me loads of photos of carp that he'd been catching from Todber Manor, which is like way down south in Dorset. He'd spent a week on there. I went back to work. I think I was in telesales at the time, obviously like a student job. So I dropped him a message and said, "Oh, do you fancy going for a week?" So we'd never met each other apart from like half an hour of buying a boat. Yeah, and we went away for a week to Todber, caught loads of carp. He taught me absolutely loads, taught me all the basics really of what to do. Yeah, and then we went from there really. The social side is massively important for me. Obviously, I've already talked about Paul. He's become my best mate. I fish with Ashley a lot. I met him through fishing, so I actually met Ashley. So I was with a company called Bait Guru. I was running their media and making the odd YouTube video, really early days. And we were fishing. We had a social there, so we were fishing Sandhurst. Ashley was on a few swims down from us, and I ended up catching one. Never met him before, and he just came round, just asked me if he wanted a hand with photos and stuff. Obviously got chatting to him and went from there. Yeah, obviously with the exclusives as well, that social side of fishing is fantastic. Obviously being able to fish a venue solely on your own, getting together with your mates at night and having a fire and that sort of thing is really nice as well. Yeah, and just having that connection with friends. But once those have gone completely dry, that thinner liquid is going to be penetrated right to the core of that hook bait. Now the next layering process that I'm going to do is use a slightly thicker liquid, and that is the actual matching SLK bait soap. So with regards to my YouTube videos and things, the way that progressed, I would say I'd always been into, not DSLR photography or anything, but I always really liked some of the catch shots and things that I saw. So one of the aims really for me was just to get better catch shots. So I'd always been into that side of it. So after that, I joined so it was after COVID actually. So around 2020, was it the end of COVID-ish? 19, around that time, joined a bait company called Bait Guru, which was only local to me. It was like 30 miles down the road. I'd been using the bait quite obviously all the time, been catching on it, etc. And obviously just become quite friendly with the owner. I ended up running their social media because I was obviously growing my own social media just with my catch photos and things like that. And he just mentioned, "Oh, I'm really interested in setting up a YouTube channel." Yeah, and straight away I said, "Oh, I'll help out with it. I'm very happy to do it." So we did. So I did a little rig tutorial just on my phone. A chopped down Salamino wafter and a chopped down essential fruit wafter just on the top, just to give it a little bit of visual traction. And both the wafter rigs went off. That pop-up rig that I've been using, that bait that I've been catching on that really well as of late. So I'm definitely going to put all three on wafters tonight. And he was really happy with it. So we uploaded that. It went really well. Got a few thousand views on it. I can't remember what it was now. Probably a stiff grid or something like that. Yeah, and then from there, I bought a DSLR, mainly just for catch photos, just to improve my catch pictures really, and take a few rig shots for for Instagram. I didn't really know what I was doing. Went to Sandhurst, caught a carp, and then I just thought, oh well, I may as well do a vlog. It was probably terrible. I've never looked back at it, to be fair, but I think I caught 3 fish. Yeah, and then from there, but I just really enjoyed the sort of filming side of it. So it was just off the cuff to begin with. Yeah, now I would say the majority of my fishing is I'm filming myself at the same time. But part of that, I love the creative process of it. Like, I've become real. I would say it's 50% fishing and 50% videography now. I would say that the transition of the hobby is on the cusp. So obviously I love fishing, but I also love making films at the same time. Just adore the creative process of it. I'm obsessed with watching, you know, films, other YouTube stuff, just trying to improve all the time. Yeah, and I just absolutely love the creative side of making YouTube videos. I would say for me, I've always loved film. So I've always loved films. You know, I'm a real film buff. Always loved TV series. I don't know where the creative side comes from because I can't draw. I'm terrible, absolutely awful.
It is looking good for a bite though, mate.
I'll hold you to that.
No, any other time, honestly, so any other time, I'd be waking up this morning, I'd be like, right, give it a couple of hours and there'll be one ripping off. So, we've got a chance, mate. We've got a chance.
But yeah, I don't really know where it comes from. I'm very driven in the sense of I always want to be the best that I can be in terms of any hobby that I do. So be it sport, be it fishing, and be it now sort of vlogging, I'm always trying to improve. And I would say that that drive with regards to being more creative comes from maybe that wanting to be the best that I can be in that sort of sense. You know, if I went back to my original video, even the last 2 videos, I've seen a huge, you know, huge improvement in terms of my own films. So at the moment, really, I'm trying to get the more sort of story arc involved or some form of challenge involved rather than just here's a cast, oh, here's a fish. I generally try to capture every single piece of the session, really, from the cast to putting the rod down, to turning the alarm on, to the actual take itself, to playing the carp, to then the movement of the fish to the mat, to the close-up shot, to the lift. I just want to show every single bit, and I think I'm slowly progressing. I've sort of got that down to a T now. I think in terms of my creative side now, I want to try and get the story hook, I would say, so more the storytelling side. In terms of, is that correct in terms of, is it every time I go fishing that I film? I would say 95% of my fishing nowadays is filming and fishing. The only time that I don't film nowadays is work overnighters. So in an ideal world, which isn't always the case, I'll probably try and get 2 work overnighters in every 6 weeks, which is a proper work overnighter. So you're talking like 5 in the afternoon and then pack up for work at 7. So, but in terms of, yeah, is it a hindrance? I would say it costs me a lot of fish, but I love it. I love filming, I love fishing at the same time. It costs me a lot of fish in the sense of, because I'm always either setting up a camera or getting a sunrise or getting a sunset or piecing some form of footage together. I miss a lot. I miss a lot in terms of fish showing, yeah, not spotting signs of things. Obviously I catch, but I would say in terms of nowadays for me, in terms of the venues that I fish, I generally pick venues where I know I don't need to be at the top of my game to catch, so to speak, because I want to make a film at the same time. If I wasn't filming, would I fish the venues that I fish today? No, I'd probably be on 7 now, or I'd be on some other like low stock pit lake trying to catch like a 40 or scaly 50-pounder or something like that. But no, as I said already, I love both. I love the filmmaking and I love the fishing at the same time. Is it a hindrance? No, because I love it. Does it cost me fish? Yes.